Bears. Welcome back. Today we are going to do our next round of fitness testing. One of the fitness tests that you're going to do this week is called the V Sit and Reach. And if you're a 4th or 5th grader, you probably remember from last year we used to do the sit and reach test where we had the gray box where you put one leg out and your other leg is bent. Well, because you're at home, we don't have those gray boxes for everybody. So this is a test that kind of measures the same thing, but it uses items that you probably have at home, okay? So the only thing that you're really gonna need this week is some kind of measuring device. I have a meter stick right here, but if you have if you have a tape measure or some other kind of measuring device that you have at home, that's perfect, okay? And then the only other thing you're gonna need is a piece of tape, and all that is to hold down that measuring device in place, okay? So how you set this test up is you're gonna set the measuring stick or the tape measure down on the ground so that you can see the inches. We're gonna be measuring in inches, so you need to be able to see the inches, okay? So as you can see, I have my measuring stick right here. I need to be able to see these inches because it's gonna depend, my score is gonna depend on how far I can reach on this meter stick in inches, okay? So I'm gonna set this stick down right here with the inches side facing up, okay? Now, you're gonna take your piece of tape and you're gonna put that piece of tape right across your measuring device, but you have to put it at the 15-inch mark. So find 15 inches on your measuring device and put the piece of tape right across 15 inches. Don't put it way down here on one side. Don't put it on the other side. Find 15 inches and put it right across that spot so that your measuring device is now a little bit stuck to the floor, and that line, that piece of tape, is going to be very important here in just a second, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take off your shoes. For this test, you don't need to be wearing shoes, and that's going to be very important because it's going to help your score reach a little bit further, okay? When you're ready to start, you're going to move over to your measuring device that you had set up here. The piece of tape is across the 15-inch mark, and you're going to sit down on the floor so that your heels are even to your piece of tape. So the heels on your feet, those are even to that piece of tape, okay? Now, it's also important that you notice that you are sitting on the side of the measuring stick that starts at 0. I don't want to start way down there where it says 39, 38. I want to start down here where it says 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's counting its way up, okay? Now, when you're doing this test, the first thing you need to do is make sure your heels are on the line, your legs are completely flat, okay? You can't have your knees bent up like this. Your legs have to be completely flat, just like this, okay? The next thing you need to do is stack your hands on top of each other or put them right next to each other, but your hands have to be together. You have to reach with both hands at the same time, all right? Your hands go down on the floor in between your legs, close to the measuring stick, and when you're ready, you're going to reach and hold as far as you can, okay? Don't bounce like this to see your score. You are going to reach and hold for about 3 to 5 seconds. Whichever number on the measuring stick you reach to, that is going to be your score. So let's just say that my hands are together, I reach, and I make it to the 11 inches mark. My score is 11 inches, okay? What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lift up my piece of tape and I'm going to turn it so that you can see from a different angle how this is supposed to look, okay? So the first thing I do is I place my measuring device, measuring stick on the floor. I take my piece of tape, I put it across 15 inches. That's right, I thought I heard you out there. 15 inches, my line is taped, and my measuring stick is now down to the ground, and I have a line across the 15 inches, okay? Next thing I do is I sit with my legs in a V, like this, and my heels are touching that piece of tape. So as you can see, I have the measuring stick right here in between my legs. My heels are on the tape line that's across the 15 inches, and now all I need to do is stack my hands or put them next to each other and reach as far as I can and hold for for about 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, okay? Now, some of you might be able to see what your score was just by reaching yourself, but it's also helpful if you have someone who's there with you who can kind of look from above and tell you what your score was, okay? You're welcome to try this test a couple of different times to see if your score improves, and then you can take your best score. Remember, write this score down on your piece of paper with your push-ups and sit-ups so that you don't lose it and you have all your scores together. This test, again, is called V-Sit and Reach. So you can just write V-Sit, like the letter V, and then your score that you reached, how many inches you were able to reach. Okay? Good luck.